Here's a slab of rock I got from Lebanon not too long ago. A month or so, maybe 2 months, I don't know. Anyways, this slab of rock here was used to put these slabs of rock on, or this slab of rock, which this piece was in pieces. This was not the layer above this, it's just a piece of rock they chose. Anyways, this is their glue. I'm going to clean this up on my belt sander over there, my table belt sander. I hope it doesn't get glued up or get gooey onto my belt sander. Clean up these edges, then I'll show you what it looks like. Then I'll show you the other side. Yeah. Alright, some really rough 36 grit. That was even tough to find. Let's hope it works. Working real nice. Look at that. Clean it up just as nice as you can possibly want it. There, how's that? That's looking pretty good. 3 sides to go. Alright, sanding didn't take long. But you can see how much nicer that looks. Holy cow, what a difference. Yeah, I probably should have hit the back a little bit. Oh well. But the edges, you can see I got some repair to do here. I'll just fill that in with some concrete patch. Same with this stuff. Just fill it in with concrete patch, give it a quick sand. Anyways, here you go. Look at that. I wish I would have paid closer attention to this head. I'm assuming that's the head of a different shark now that I've really closely looked at it, because this looks all looking pretty good shape. Until you get to this repair they did, they added this rock on. So, I'm not too happy with that. Yeah, that looks like different rock. Damn. Oh well, too late now. Bit of an ammonite left over here. Pieces of shrimp. I'll be using this tool mostly to clean this up with, take this rock off. So, let me get this set up and get started. Alrighty then. I drew a line where the ventral part of its body is at, and I drew a line where the vertebra column is at, and I'm going to take off that piece of rock. At least I'm going to try to take off that piece of rock. This rock even sounds loose. It should come off pretty easy. Just hope that I want the backbone to stay on the positive side. comes off pretty good too. Only a little bit sticky. So I'm going to do that to the rest of that, for that area. That took a little bit longer than I thought, but came out pretty nice, really. This white line here, this is just from them cutting rock and stuff, so that can easily be washed off. But now I'm going to take the this tool I got from Europe, I think called Zoic, and I'm going to clean up these vertebrae, and then I'm just going to, I might glue those into place. I don't know yet. I'm going to, I'll figure it out when I clean it up. But anyways, this thing is so damn loud that I'll show you that when I get it done. Plus it's a little time consuming. See, it's turned out quite nicely. Quite nice. And there she be. Whoops. Not too bad. Took longer than I thought, but that's par for course when it comes to fossil prepping. Just drew a line from here to there. Now I'm going to take off the top part, dorsal part. Wish me the best of luck. Oh, come on, easy, easy. This rock appears to be softer than most of that Lebanese rock, but just goes to show you, even though I didn't hit it, it came awfully close. So just gotta be careful, try to go slow, hard to do sometimes. Anyways, I'll show you that when I get it done. Oops, jeez, I always forget that. There that is, but I don't know if you can see that or not. That spot right there looks like it was actually damaged when this rock broke right here. This rock is in many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces it looks like, not counting the head pieces. Anyways, I'm going to put a little bit of glue there. A little too much glue. So I wipe the excess off the brush. Pick up the excess on that spot. Oh, Jesus. Anyways, I'll clean this little fine stuff up with the smaller tool. But hey, we're getting there. Now to this tail. The tail comes clear to the end of this rock, if you can see that. It looks like that's the end right there. And this piece of rock is missing. I may fake that and put in a piece of rock there because that doesn't look right. Anyways, now on to this spot right there. Let me draw some lines. Light. Camera's on. Action! Gotta be real careful doing it that way, because if you go too far, you leave a line. Nobody wants a freaking line on their fossil. This is all I get with that tool. Oh! It's always scary. Anyways, I'll show you that when I'm done. Got a little bit sticky in these areas, so I'm going to use the finer tool to clean up what I left behind here and to clean up that. Well, that's not perfect. You can tell it's a little beat up there, but at least I got most of that rock off. So now the harder part is the tail, and then I got to find all these little fin things. So, and I'll find these fin things when I go along these edges. Looks like there's one, well, they got it drawn in, but you can see where there's a little bit of a curve right there. So there's one fin. I don't have these up high enough to find the other fins, unless there's, well, I don't know. There might be right there. They're kind of drawn in. Anyways, onward and forward. So I've gotten a little ways, but I'm fighting it the whole way. It's not popping up like it was over here. It's just sticky at this tail end. So I just go back and forth between this small tool and the bigger tool. I just wish that would pop off nicely, but it is what it is. Alright, later for now. Okay, not the shape I thought it was going to be in. But then again, I've never prepped out a shark before. But I'm going to wash this thing up, just so I don't have to do it later. I've already went over this with a fine-tooth comb. I don't think I'll lose any pieces. Let's hit this rock with a stiffer brush. Give that baby a real cleanup job. And then dry that baby up. Okay, oh, quick dry. As it dries, you can see how there's still some of that white crap on this fish. Sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. Now I'm going to start finding some extra fins here. You can see here where they drew a fin, and yet there's nothing there where they drew, but the tail end looks a lot better now, but luckily that's in pencil, so I can get rid of that. They got a fin drawn up here, so I'm going to go up here now, and maybe you can see that better now. Jesus. Let's see if I can find this one. There's some pencil mark here. I don't know what's going on here. But I'll clean up this edge and see if there's another fin down here or something. Anyways, I'm going to go up here and do that. Yes. And what I do... Here, let me get a better camera angle. That sucks. That way my big fat head hopefully won't be in the way. So, they have this pencil mark here. See what I can find. You can see right there, there's the edge of the fish. So if there's a fin there, that color will move up. Yeah, I still don't know. Alright, this will take some time. Yeah, it'll take time. What the hell am I talking about? So I went down here, clean it up, still found color. Now I'm going to do that again. That's how I'm looking for these fins. A little more power. still can't really tell what I've got, so I'm going to do that again. Well, I can see a little curvature there, I think. Maybe. Maybe, sort of, kind of. Okay, I think that's the fin, because you can see, well, can't really see that at all. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep going. Wish me the best of luck. Alrighty then. You can see this curve right here, and you can see it's just starting to curve right here. So here's the fin. Not where they drew it, but you know, they just guesstimate anyways, I guess. Anyways, now to follow that curvature till I can find the fin. And whether it's going to be like this or not, I don't know. I never prepped a shark before. Give me a break, damn it. Making some progress. That's popping up quite nicely. I hope my big fat head wasn't in the way there so you guys could see that. Anyways, I'll get to the tip of this. Looks like it's looking a lot like that one. So, fingers crossed. And there she be. So, tail end, got the fin. I don't know what's going on here though. They got some pencil marks there. So, I'm going to clean up this edge right here and see if I can find another fin. Then I'll go up here and clean up this. Alrighty then. I made a pass here. You can see where the body of this fish is right here. But there's still color here. You can see where the top part of this fish, top? Dorsal, no, that's dorsal. That bottom part of the fish here. So I'm going to make another pass right through here. See what I can find, because there's still, I'm still hitting color. Appears to be the top of the fish still. still hitting color here, so I think that's why that pencil mark is there. Right there, there's the pencil mark. So I've got to go another pass or so, figure out what's going on there. So take my diamond file. Believe you me, I do this a lot more than I take photos of, but unless you're cleaning up rock, you want a sharp tip. If you're cleaning up rock, sometimes a dull tip is good. Ooh, look at that baby. Ooh, ow, ow, ow. That's sharp. That's the way I want it. Okay, if that was a fin, there's not much left of it, so I don't know what's going on there. Now I'm going to clean this up right there. See if I can find the back of this fish, or the top of this fish, I should say. So I made one pass here, hit color all the way through, so I'm going to take one more small pass and see if I can find the edge of that fish. The edge of that fish right there. Now, when I get all this done and cleaned up, I'll redo this angle everywhere I can actually get to, so that everything's at the same angle, and I'll make it nice and smooth. If nothing else, it'll at least help. Anyways, I'm going to finish this up. Okay, that's about all I can do for up there, except for fix these cracks. That's just one anyways. But now I'm going to see if I can clean up this head a little bit. Right now it looks terrible. This tool is probably too big for this, but I got it turned down a ways. Gotta be careful. And I'll clean up this inside stuff with the small tool. That or not, but boy, I don't know what happened there. I took this housing off, put some of this silicone grease on the O-ring that's on the inside there, which is just behind this stylus, this tip, and now I'm going to take some oil and put it in the line, which is way over that way, and that way the oil, and just two little tiny drops, will work its way down in and through the tool. And then it shouldn't be sounding funny again. So, also besides that, I've got this fin here. I'm hoping that this one it's going to be complete. So fingers crossed on that baby. So I've got all these quick releases for all these different tools. This is the one I'm working on. So all I'm going to do is take this opening here and apply two little tiny drops of water, oil. Jesus, yeah, my brain doesn't work as well as it used to. And then put that back on. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm back in business. Back to work, for crying out loud. Okay, that's about as good as I can get that. I'm going to take this tool, the ME9100 from Paleo Tools, with this beautiful little, I don't know what you call that. They sent that to me. That was nice of them. This works out pretty good, saving my finger from whatever. But I'm going to take this, make everything the same angle, and then I'm going to take this with the 120 sanding barrel and clean up the tool marks from this tool, and that should look pretty good, or at least as good as it can be anyways. So let's get to work. So I'll do that wherever I can here, and that'll make for some easy sanding, or at least less sanding. And then I'll wash this up and sauce it up, and I'll hopefully get rid of these pencil marks. So, alright. That didn't take too long. I got everything pretty much at the same angle, but if I can get that light just right, you can see the little ridges that the tool leaves, the air scrubbies behind, where this tool here should clean it up really nice. So let's see what's going to happen here. If I can get the right angle. This is kind of tough sometimes. Yeah. So see if you can see that without getting my big fat head in the way. My foot on the accelerator. Ooh, that's scary. Look at that. So much better than that. So, I got to concentrate on this, so I will see you later. Get a load of this. Been prepping for 33 years, and this has never happened to me. I take my sanding barrel. I don't know if you can see this or not. Very carefully. And what it's doing is it's caking up on the edge of the sanding barrel. I've never had that happen before. So this rock is, I knew this rock was soft and different, but boy oh boy. Anyways, I can only go a little bit, and then I got to clean my sanding barrel. Go a little bit, clean the sanding barrel. But that's what it takes. That's what it takes. Okay, done the edges. They're not perfect, but at least it's better than it was. And I don't know if you can see this crack right here. Big old canyon there. You can tell they did some patchwork. Ugh, terrible. But that's the way it is. So I'm going to clean up this rock, try to get these pencil marks off of here, let it dry, then tomorrow I'm going to do just a tad bit of, try to get some of these cracks. You can see these little dark spots where the crack is. There's a crack going right here. So I'm going to fill this a little bit, just a little bit, not much, but it'll help to make it look a little better. So here we go. Let's clean this rock up. Take this scrubber brush. Oh man, that's not coming off very well. Get at different angles. This one too. Holy cow. What the hell kind of pencils do they use? It's not too bad. That's a lot better. If you didn't know it was there, you wouldn't know it's there. If that makes any sense. You can see how dirty that is. Jeez. You can see how cloudy that water is. It's amazing how dirty some of this stuff gets. And then tomorrow, when this is all dry, I will do a little bit, 2-part epoxy, 2-part putty, what am I saying? That's looking pretty good. I'll do a tad bit of acrylic work, not much. Maybe to hide some of this terrible stuff, maybe to outline this head just a little bit. But for my first shark, I'm kind of happy. Alrighty then. Till tomorrow. Okay, back on the shark. Tried to do a crab prep video the other day and took all this junk crab sitting around. Anyways, what I'm going to do is cut off this piece of rock right here. Straighten this up with my sander. But what I've done before is I used these diamond blades, very thin, coated with diamond bits, I guess. A little bit on the expensive side. And so I bought these cutoff wheels. I don't know if you can see that or not. One is thinner, one is thicker. So I'm going to try the thin one and see what happens. If it works good, I don't need to be buying any more diamond wheel stuff. Okay, always put on your dust mask. And Jesus, come on. Well, it worked, but that was a job. I could smell the glue burning. Anyways, I'm going to take that over to the sander and clean that up. Nice and clean. Now, back to the prep bench. Okay. Got my 2-part epoxy putties, A and B, part A and B. You use equal parts. I used some white coloring powder and tan buck, which is about the color of that fish. And I made several different colors of putty with those 2 powders, and the putty itself being gray, which is why I used the white to lighten it up. I got my applicator, and if you can see, I don't know if you can, better zoom in on this. On the tail end here, you can see that there's a crack right here, crack right here, crack right there, and of course, if you go way over here, you can see this crack going right through the fish there. So those are the ones I'm going to attack, just to dress it up a little bit. So I'm thinking that this putty here, I don't know if it's too dark or not. This is definitely the game where you, let me get my optivisor on so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Take your applicator very, very carefully. There, oh Jesus, come on, Ronald. You gotta smash it in there so it stays in there, and then work it. Oh jeez, got white powder on my applicator. And then clean it up. Well, that's definitely better. So that's working. I hope my big fat head isn't in the way. So that didn't stay in worth a dang. Worth a dang. Just gotta play with it until you get it the way you want it. And I may even take a bit of a scrub, a little bit of water, and then just take this and gently, it's going to change the color of everything because it's, you know, getting it wet. So it looks terrible now because the putty's a different color than the fish, but when that's dry it'll look kind of the same. Alright, now on to the other big stuff. This is a tough one, this one. Uh-oh, there it is. So you can see this crack going through here. It goes through different colors, a little bit mottled, but that's why I've got this whitish stuff. And some lighter stuff even. Or lighter reds anyways. So it looks messy when you first put it on, but you just keep messing with it, keep shaping it, get what you want. Always come back and clean it up. It's easier to clean up now than when it's dry. When it's dry you have to sand it. And how do you sand that little tiny thing without touching the fish? So that could get a bit iffy. Now let's see, some really light stuff. And then shape that a little bit. I don't know if that's going to be light enough. It's actually not too bad. Almost liking that. I think I need a little bit more darker up here. I'm going to take this gently, clean that up, put a little texture on it. Okay, as you can see, this stuff over here is drying. It's really not perfect, but it's a lot better than it was. I may even take some dust and try to put some texture in the... I'm grabbing dust just off my off my countertop. Yep, even off dust off my countertop comes in handy. Okay, that's about all I'm going to do with that. So, as you can see, if you remember from the beginning, I'm going to take care of all of this crap. No one actually looks at the edge of the rock, but that just looks god awful. So, I'm going to clean that up with some concrete patch, which I'm going to mix up right now. I'm going to put some yellow ochre in it to try to match the color of the rock a little better, and apply it with just a simple putty knife. Whoop, Jesus, oh come on, Ronald. I'm not very good at photography, so anyways, my putty knife, yellow ochre powder going into my little mixing cup with the dry cement patch. I just add water and stir it. Get the consistency I want, and I will apply it with the putty knife. I will be back. Concrete patch. Stole one of the wife's spoons. Done that quite a lot over the years. I'm going to say I'll be a little bit more. This stuff does a lot of shrinks as soon as you start mixing it. So that's more than enough powder that I need. Put that aside. Simple water, and you don't want to add too much because this stuff gets super thin super fast. So you start with a little bit of water. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see a little tiny bit of water. Let's see if I can bring this light over. Jeez, I'm bad at that. Probably could use a little sprinkling. That's a little too thin. It's so easy to get that stuff too thin. Thicken that up a bit, more of a paste. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then, I've never had this coloring before, so here goes nothing. Start with a little bit. See what happens. I don't know if that's doing anything. Yeah, it's doing a little bit. Stir, stir, and stir. Mix it in thoroughly. Or at least try to. Yeah, that's coming along a little bit. Coming around a little bit. It's going to be far from perfect, but at least I'm trying, eh? Okay, that's enough of that crap. So, all you do change my camera angle. Let me, just in case that falls, I don't want it breaking. So, all I'm going to do is grab some of this on my putty knife. And fill those holes. Yeah, I know, the color's terrible. But it'll be lightened up as it dries. And it will also lighten up once I sand it. Put all those little tool marks on it. So here's the worst of it right here. Oh, easy there, Ronnie. You want more than enough so you can sand it down and not have any divots in it, or at least hopefully not have any divots in it. You will see in time that this does a fantastic job of getting rid of those god-awful holes. And that's got a cure for about 24 hours, plus it's summer, so by the time I get out here tomorrow morning, this baby's going to be super fine. Missed one. Always pays to double check your work. Okay, and that's that. I got a mess to clean up. Okay, that's been drying for a long couple days now, really. So I'm gonna go take this over to the sander and sand up all these edges, get them all nice and cleaned up, and then sauce up this fish. And then I'm going to give you what I think of this fish. Okay, I took off this super coarse 36 grit, put on some medium stuff, 80 grit, and I'll clean up those edges with this sanding thingy bopper. Not bad, not perfect. Doesn't take long. Maybe hit these corners, soften them up. And that's it. Let's go back to the prep bench. Okay. Got my brush. Got my Gliptol, which I keep in this plastic bottle. I mixed 2 parts of Gliptol with 8 parts of acetone, and that'll last me a good year. And sometimes I add a little bit more acetone, because as you're constantly using it and then pouring whatever's left in here back into the bottle, it starts to, evaporates pretty quickly. So I gotta add acetone to keep it to the consistency that I want. Anyways, I'm gonna make this baby pop and then explain to you why I hate this fish. So all I do is simply follow the outline of the fish. Some guys hate this. I figure it's my fossil, I'll do what I want. Plus, besides making it pop, it holds everything together. And people say this stuff yellows, which as far as I'm concerned, it does not. I could show you a fish in my office that I did probably 31 years ago, and you cannot see a difference. So anyways, I fell in love with this stuff way back when. Back in the 90s. I've been using it ever since. Anyways, I'll show you when this is done. Okay, there it is, all sauced up, all done, best I can do. But this fish will not be going on the wall. Let me tell you why. I am absolutely a 100 billion trillion % positive this part of this rock here is different than this rock here. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's totally different. You can see the preservation of this fish all the way up to this break, and then it changes. I mean, it changes drastically. This fish is the head of a different fish than this fish. And I've been going back and forth with the guy. He's trying to convince me that it's the same fish, but it is not the same fish. I'm extremely upset about it. He says he'll give me my money back, but that's yet to be seen. Fingers crossed on that one. So I almost feel like throwing this in the goddamn trash. Excuse me for cussing. I do not. Anyways, I'm gonna put this away so I don't have to look at it anymore. Sorry, folks. Anyways, there you go.